So the challenges of 32. With the 3, it will be, the challenge would be to take your masks off, because that is the 3. Being authentic to self. The challenge of the 2 would be to not be the victim in your world. To not move into that place of nobody loves me and nobody supports me. Blame everybody for the way that your world looks. And 3 and 2 together is number 5. So it's again the lack of. So I'll give you an example. Nobody loves me when I take off my mask. Nobody loves me. Nobody supports me. Nobody wants to be around me. That is 3, 2 and 5 all together, just from that one statement. Nobody loves me. Nobody supports me. Nobody wants to be around me. That is complete lack of. For the 2 is the lack of love, lack of support. The 5 is just lack, full stop. And the 3 is the lack of being able to be yourself. So when you're 32, the 3s are all about you taking these masks off, allowing yourself to be that authentic version of self. When we are wanting to fit into how people want us to be, we're in a mask. We're wearing a mask because we can't make everybody happy all the time. There will be some people that you don't make happy. They're not in alignment with you. You're not in the same energy. You're not in that same place. There will be some people that just don't get you. Their vibe and your vibe clash. It happens. That's what vibes are about. Vibes clash. Some vibes just don't match other vibes. So it's not about you wanting to be a version of yourself that everybody can connect to, or that everybody understands, or that everybody wants to be around. It's definitely not about that. It's about you being a version of yourself that makes you feel good. Because when you feel good, other people feel good. The collective feels better when you feel good. So it's about you connecting to that version of yourself that you feel good about being. When we're in a place that we're not wearing the masks, like I said, that's like a creative genius, that place. That's when we're flowing. We're allowing the universe to speak through us. The 1 for me is about our ego self. It's about who we believe ourselves to be. The 2 is about our energetic self. The energy of that which we are, which is the universe, the universal energy. And then the 3 is about you receive inspiration from the universe, signs and synchronicities, pop-ins that just pop into your mind, moments of da-da, a great idea. And it relies on the 1 to be able to perform this action, which would then be the 3 taking the action. So you're seeing a lot of synchronicities. Synchronicities are when the universe is showing you you're on the right path, you're doing a good job, keep moving forward. It will keep putting, I think of it as breadcrumbs along the way, of it showing you what you're moving towards. So the 3 is about your energetic self receiving the inspiration from the number 2, but your ego now has to take the actions towards it. Your ego might not necessarily like that, because your ego might be like, yeah, but people won't like me if I do that. And then that means that you're not going to do it. Your ego might be like, yeah, but let's say the inspiration was, you need to speak in front of people. And your ego's like, yeah, but I'm not speaking in front of her. How am I going to speak in front? That's not happening. I am not speaking in front of her. I'm too shy to do that. What will people think of me? They'll think I'm crazy. No, I'm not doing that. Let's say the inspiration was to paint a picture. And you're like, but I can't paint. No one likes my paintings. My paintings don't do very well. I can't sell that. How am I going to sell that? It would all come down to all of what your ego believes. When we get into the 3, we have to let the ego part of us simply be the action part of us rather than the thought part of us. The thought part of us is the 2. the thought part of us, sorry, is the ego self, but we don't want to listen to that thought part. What we want to listen to is the inspiration that the two provides, the synchronicities, the understanding, the guidance. We want to work from that place, from the two, which brings the inspiration for the three. But if we're working from the one, we're not going to take the actions. We're going to get all of the negative talk that talks us out of taking that action. So with 32, what you're having to work on, which should have been some of the work last year with your 31st year, some of the work would have been, you had doubts last year with 31, you would have had doubts about decisions you made, and maybe I shouldn't have done that, maybe that was the wrong thing for me to do, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have, and you had lots of doubts going on. This year is about you working on not focusing on those doubts, but about on you coming into the number 5, you coming into gratitude around the action that you did take. Because the 3 is the inspiration, and the 4 is the decision towards that inspiration. Do you take the action or not take the action? With the 1, you won't take the action. With the 2, you will take the action, because the 2 is working from your higher self. The 1 is working from your ego self. So depending on what one you're working from, depends on what action you take, the decision you make. That 4 with the decision, when you are uncomfortable with taking an action, go to the 5, the gratitude of where you are, the gratitude of what you're creating, who you're becoming, what you're bringing into the universe, what you're creating in the universe. Move to the 5, because the 5, when you work to that gratitude, will let go of the 4 energy of the doubts. It will let go of the ego energy of not being able to move. It will create a calm, peaceful place for you to then move to the 6, which is about, yes, you received the inspiration. You still might have not taken an action towards it, but you know you received the inspiration. When you go to the 5 with the gratitude, you then start nurturing that seed. You start putting the energy into developing that seed to grow, rather than talking yourself out of it. If you go from the 4 with the doubt, and then you go to the 5 with the still a lackful mindset, holding on to these doubts, holding on to the ego version of self, you'll get to the 6 and you won't nurture the seeds that you've planted. What you'll do is talk yourself out of it. I can't have that. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough this. I don't have the support. I don't have the people I need. People always let me down. You'll be in that 2 energy of the victim. So 32, be yourself authentically. Love who you are. Love the inspiration that comes through you. Don't walk with that inspiration fearful, but trust in the inspiration, because when it comes with a free inspiration, you're a genius. You're going to create things that really help people. The universe doesn't create things that doesn't help people. It's people that create things that don't help people, no. But working from a light place, working from an authentic place, you will always work from a place that benefits everybody. And with the 2, the signs and synchronicities, trust them. Trust the energy that you are. You are energy. Trust it. Trust the signs and synchronicities. Trust in being in nature. Trust in being around water. Trust in, like I said, music, singing, dancing. Trust in yourself and who you are and what you have to offer without the masks.